I lose all control when you grab a hold and you do your tricks. I love it when you lay.
Welcome to The Threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least 3 topics each week. The three of us are our point person, an optimistic realist who goes by the name of Star.
Rest in peace, Black Rob. Whoa.
And the center of our threesome and our voice of reason, his name is Mr. Magic.
All right, I'm focused.
Good for you. And then bringing up the rear, as always, I identify as a pragmatic contrarian and I go by Storm. As Star mentioned, rest in peace to Black Rob.
It's just sad. My man was homeless and
Bad boy, take that.
Right, take that, all of that. Ugh.
It just goes to show that you never know what's going on with people.
I'm super sensitive about kidney problems right now, so I don't want to touch on it too much. I'm going to tell y'all, though, go look up a song called Looking at Us, and that was my favorite Black Rob joint.
Looking at us. All right now.
Robbie out.
That's a sad note, but on a happier note, I want to say congratulations to our resident grandma, Miss Star in the house, a newly minted grandma.
What your country sound self, grandma? Like you got a piece
Nana.
of hay in your mouth. Cause you trying to make it sound extra old. You sound like you got a piece of hay in your mouth.
That's right. The grandma, not grandma. It's grandma.
Whatever. I still sexted though.
That's all that counts.
I'm a new age grandma.
So how big was the grandbaby?
Her was 8 pounds.
Woo.
My little mama is chunky.
It has to be weird giving birth in the age of COVID because you can't even go up to the hospital and see your grandbaby right now, right?
I didn't even think of
that. Such anxiety yesterday when your child took my child out of here to go to the hospital and I was not going with her.
Yeah.
It was the worst. And then at some points during labor, she was trying to rest and all of this other stuff, but I'm not getting any updates. So I'm over here like, what's going on?
Right.
Spazzing out. But they both came through it really well.
Yeah, about damn time, by the way, because...
Yeah, 7 days overdue.
Yeah, making me wait like that. I don't appreciate it.
It's cold in the D and the world is crazy. I'm staying in here where it's safe and warm.
Hey.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either. So...
Cops are shooting light-skinned people.
Cops have always shot light-skinned people. It's just they never realized that some light-skinned people got white mamas until now. That's what that was.
We have got to do something.
Yeah, because we can't have white mamas out here crying on television. Oh, no, that will never do.
I don't care about that part. I'm just...
Well, I know you don't, but the cops
seeing the target on my back expanding.
Oh, well, I mean...
Cops and the politicians do. That's bad optics.
You're like 6'4". You've always had a target on your back.
I'm aware of it, but, to the Jamaicans, I'm white.
Okay.
That's what I be saying. Tell the police, clearly they think I'm one of you niggas.
Well, I know some Jamaicans that are lighter than you, so there's that.
Me too. Off topic, if your kids is lighter than me, your light skin jokes ain't funny. But yeah, let's get to the show.
Were we going to have a discussion about decriminalization?
Shout out to New York. I fucking love it. If I didn't have kids, I'd move back and get my money.
I'll be watching the news or paying attention, and I ain't been on social media this week. So what the hell is going on with New York that's so great?
You can have up to 3 ounces on your person, 5 pounds at your house, and you can smoke anywhere where cigarettes can be smoked legally.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah, it don't get much better than that, folks.
They were talking about decriminalization on a federal level and how there are people that are to this day still locked up off of
Word.
lower level marijuana offenses, how they're in talks to let those people go and scrub their records clean.
I wasn't just talking about weed. At the end of the day, I'm not a smoker, but nobody should spend decades in jail.
Ridiculous.
But there are people who have already done it, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're not even talking about copious amounts of it either.
Oh boy, that was from the army. The main reason why they pulled him over in the first place was because he was driving a truck with dark tints. There's some kind of degrees of tint that you can have on your car without them messing with you. Just because the cops cannot see what it is that you are doing in your personal vehicle, they
Right.
have a right to pull you over. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's different if the person appears to be doing something wrong. If they decriminalize laws like that, a lot of these shootings and incidents would decrease.
Yeah, by proxy.
He was really doing nothing. He wasn't speeding, he wasn't doing anything but driving.
These cops are pulling people over because there's always bullshit they can pull you over on.
Also,
Exactly.
they have to write a certain amount of tickets in a certain portion of time.
I always thought that was stupid. They get on my fucking nerves
Mhm.
because I'm like, y'all ain't got shit better to do? For real? They pulled me over one time because I was going 26, hear me, miles per hour. And this is what I think a lot of white people need to understand. If it wasn't for the body cam footage and for his own cell phone,
Oh
they
yeah.
would have
They
straight
would have
lied
lied.
about
Yep,
it
I agree.
and put in the report that he did something. Because that's what they used to do. They used to just lie about stuff. That's why the whole joke about, oh, we'll just sprinkle some crack on him or whatever, that's why that was so funny.
Uh,
Was it?
That's what they used to do.
I know.
And people would believe the police because the police don't lie. Lie all the fucking time.
Fuck the police.
yeah.
Indeed. Well, not all of them. I got some friends that are police officers. Shout out to them.
I
They
do too,
cool.
and they know their coworkers ain't shit.
Fuck the bad ones, the crooked ones.
The apples that aren't bad sure do be silent when all this shit starts coming out. I feel like you can't be silent. You have to pick a side.
The blue wall is real though.
And that's why we can't trust none of y'all. Which is why this whole Derek Chauvin trial,
I don't do voluntary trauma.
that's why this one is so fascinating to me because there are so many law enforcement that are coming out and testifying to say, nah, he was wrong. Nah, he should not have been doing that. Ordinarily, they have law enforcement for the defense saying, oh, no, no, he didn't do anything wrong.
Hmm.
Everything's documented nowadays. As much as they've been trying to get people to do Crime Stoppers first 48 type shit, but never really wanted to snitch on their own.
I
I
agree.
get in certain situations, okay, excessive force went too far, but if you kneeling on somebody's neck striking a pose, you meant to kill a motherfucker. Anybody checked on what happened to the other three people that was holding them down at the time?
They're also going to go on trial, but their trials are starting later in the year, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did check on that, actually.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, because I'm like, all of them
Need
should,
to go to jail.
should go to jail for something.
All right.
So, I kind of wanted to talk about how much is physical attraction important to your overall relationship. Like, if somebody has everything else that you say you're looking for, but you don't really care for how they look, is that a make or break thing with you? What say you?
Honestly, I don't like model cute looking women anyway. If you aight looking and everything else is on point, we good.
No, see, I'm perfect for you. Anyway,
So,
there's no wrong answer.
no, I don't care about that. It depends. You said in a relationship, right?
Yes.
If it's a couple, then it's less important, although I'm not trying to wake up to Magilla Gorilla in the morning. I'm just saying. But you don't have to look like Shamar Moore or Idris Elba or whatever. But if our relationship is we just banging, you need to be on point.
I
You
think you
need
made a very good point there. And I always try to differentiate between there's things that attract people and there's things that keep people. Your
right.
personality, your cool, how you handle life, how you think, your priorities and such will keep a person. Looks is what makes people want to fuck you. So, yeah.
Yep.
Looks is something that I'm going to
Shallow.
see first.
Yeah,
Hmm.
initial attraction.
Yeah, so if I'm not initially attracted to you, you're probably going to have to work a little harder. Now, that said, once I get to know you, if I dig your personality and your vibe and all that other stuff, what tends to happen with me is I start to see you differently. Like, I can pick out something that I find attractive about you physically because intellectually or emotionally I'm attracted to you already.
That's pretty much how my ex won me over.
Yeah,
He wasn't ugly to me. He just was not
right.
someone that I would look twice at. He shot his shot, and I was like, okay. I gave him a chance, and he was just very charming. We got along really, really freaking well. And yeah, that's how that got going. If he was in a lineup of guys, he probably wouldn't have been the first guy that I picked. And he didn't really have to work that much harder. It was just, I gave him a chance. I saw he was cool. We both loved music. We got along like really, really freaking well. And it just went from there.
First of all, if you're not cute, don't step to me like you are. That is the worst thing you can do with
The
me.
internet has been fucking that up for people for a while.
And
Wait a minute. What does that mean? So if they're not that cute, they shouldn't be confident or overly
I'm
confident.
not saying they shouldn't be confident. I'm saying don't step to me like you the cutest thing going. Like you're doing me a favor. Like, we're not doing that. All that's going to do is piss me off. Don't do that. There's a difference between confidence and cocky. It might be a fine line, but there's a difference.
I'm more apt to give the average looking guy that's a little cocky more of a chance than I am the fine brother that's cocky.
No,
I am contrary in that way. If you fine and you know you fine and you got that attitude, I'm really probably going to ignore the hell out of you.
I get that, but at the same time, if you fine and you're cocky, I understand why you're cocky because people have fed that shit to you all your life. So what the hell
Yeah,
else
get
you
over
gonna
it.
do? I understand the psychology behind that bullshit. But if you look like something that I just picked off the bottom of my shoe and you coming to me acting like you the greatest thing since sliced bread, bruh, if you don't get out my face with that right there.
I'm not for it either way because looks fade. Get over yourself. Ask Christopher Williams.
I gotta Google what he looked like now.
No, I don't.
Ask Al B. Sure.
He been eating.
They are fluid. I get that.
Ask Jasmine Guy. No, I'm sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
stop.
Yo, Jasmine fell off.
Aw, she's
I
just,
mean, I'm just saying.
Hey, it
And I
happens.
love all of them, but
she looked like a middle-aged lady. She looked like her
no,
age.
no, no,
Nah, you
no.
know I'm an advocate of beige don't age, and she did not age well.
I don't know. I've seen her recently, and she wasn't that offensive to me. I don't know, but
Well, she's not offensive to me. I love all those people.
yeah,
like, but
but you know. There's been dudes that I'm like, oh, he's not cute at all. And he's not even necessarily trying to holler at me, but we get to having a conversation. And I'm like, yeah, I like how dude is talking or whatever. And then I look at him again and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess maybe he is kind of cute.
Shout out to the medium ugly people still charming people out their drawers.
Ah,
The medium ugly.
I don't know what medium ugly means.
Right here, ma'am.
Anyway,
The medium ugly people. That is just terrible.
It's
yeah.
that thick ass line between fine and ugly where it's like, they ain't all that, but I could sport them in public, so I.
Okay, sure. At the end of the day, the physical isn't going to matter that much to me because my mind will find a way to make it okay, if that makes any sense. I was just wondering if it
Yes.
worked that way for everybody, but apparently not.
You done see some relationships where it's like, how did they get that person? Yeah, it works.
I've also seen some relationships where I'm like, why would you put up with that person? Like, no matter what he looks like or she looks like, why would you do that? And I will say this, I find that men are a little bit more guilty of this than women. A lot of times I find men to say, oh, well, I wanted to get with her because she looks good and she this, she that. And then they go and they get with her, and one of my friends married his. And then a month into the marriage was complaining she doesn't do anything. Well,
Yeah.
You married for a wrong reason.
she looks good, so that's what she's doing.
Good for you, baby.
Yeah,
Right.
Your
why
ass
would
no
she develop a
star, but
personality? Everybody's already trying to get at her.
You got what you wanted, and then you realize that ain't really what you want. Guys, by the way, don't marry a woman for one thing and then expect her to give you other stuff. Don't do that.
they want the whole package.
Women don't do that either.
Don't marry a dude who has all kind of issues and then expect that you're going to change him. Don't do that either. Jealousy and envy.
Mm.
Thoughts? Ugh, which I hate.
It goes together.
Not
Both
always,
very
but
weak ass emotions.
sure.
It's living outside of yourself. It's not living your truth. You cannot look at other people and go, I'm mad that they have shit I want.
I find that to be weird. I guess because I've come to the conclusion good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people all the time. Envy is weird for me, I guess, because I never look at somebody and be like, oh, well, they don't deserve what they have, or it should be me that has that, or whatever. Because half the time you have half the story anyway.
Exactly.
If that much.
You're right. I try to not engage in that kind of thinking. Jealousy, on the other hand, I don't think you can avoid it altogether, but I think you have to recognize it when that's what's going on and move past it.
Part of the reason why I wanted to talk about jealousy and envy is I recently purchased something that I've been without for several years for several different reasons, right?
Oh, did you finally get it?
A
I
vibrator?
did.
Yay!
Oh,
Sure.
sure.
You jealous?
Not in the least.
Please, like I don't know her, no. But anyway, I didn't broadcast it. I didn't make a post on social media, but I did have a person that I know say, had I gotten it yet? But they didn't ask me with the expectation of me saying I actually did. They asked me in that snide way, almost like throw it up in your face because the previous answers, maybe 15 or 20 times, was no. So you expected that same no. And the reason why you come asking me is not because you actually care. You just call yourself kind of digging When my answer was yes, there was like this long pause. It was just such a stark contrast to some of the other people that I talked to yesterday, and they found out that, and they were like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And then to have this chick basically didn't ask me, what did you get? And it was kind of like, did you really? And all I could do was just laugh, like,
I would have thought with her that she would really interrogate you on what you got because she want to make sure that yours ain't better than hers.
I thought that same thing, but my male friend had pretty much had said, you know what? There was a part of her that was glad you were in that particular situation
Yeah.
because there was already a part of her that is jealous or envious. And now you're closer to what she thinks her level is, and that irritates her. And I'm just like, that is some ridiculous ass shit right there. I just don't understand how,
If you can't be happy for other people, what are we doing?
Hate, hate, hate.
even when I was at my lowest financially, things were happening for people around me. And I can't lie and say that I didn't have that feeling like I can't wait for it to happen to me, but that didn't make me any less happy for them.
And that's why you're prospering.
How can you call somebody your friend and not be happy when good things happen to them?
We're not friends. We're just ex neighbors and we're associates because just she is special, kind of special. What she said was not surprising to me at all because my mom is that same way. My mom will get jealous about the slightest little things. Like, I will never forget. My child was like 4 years old, and my grandmother was taking her to McDonald's because I love French fries. That was her thing. French fries. It wasn't French fries. It was French
Right.
fries. So Granny's taking her. She gets her a Happy Meal, and my mom literally takes the toy away from a 4-year-old.
Wow.
She's upset because she doesn't have the toy that my child was having fun with in the back seat. And it's like, are you kidding? So the next time we're all together and we go to the McDonald's, guess what she ordered?
A Happy Meal.
A Happy Meal.
No.
That's a high level of shit. But a lot of
Yes.
people who feel within themselves that they are down and out or they have failed in life, their joy comes from, oh, this person's doing worse than me in that aspect. It's the same way, like, poor Caucasian people look at black people like, oh, yeah, I got it bad, but you're a nigger, so you're worse than me.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
That is historically why a lot of poor white people in this country tend to vote Republican against their own economic interests.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, they're sticking it to poor black people, not realizing
Yeah.
that the poor white people get caught up in that at a very high rate.
Yeah, y'all got the poor black people outnumbered.
The same programs that benefit financially disadvantaged black people also benefit financially disadvantaged white people. That's like stupid.
Right.
How many
Why would you do
Republicans I
that?
know with Obamacare? Stop it.
Right, but couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
be,
You say
be,
affordable health care plan, they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
got
yeah, I
that.
got that.
All
Right.
right.
Well, what about Obamacare? Yeah, I can't stand
The
that. That is
fucker.
socialism. There's a lot of bullshit that goes on psychologically in this country with the messaging and the ads and even the entertainment. It's all designed to make people want some shit that they don't have, can't
Can't afford.
afford, never gonna
Don't
have.
fucking need.
Like the whole thing about Birkin bags. I don't personally get it.
Beats headphones.
I'm not a purse person. I know Star is, but I'm
Supreme
not.
clothes.
I am a purse
Latest
person, but I
J's.
wouldn't give a damn how much money I've made ever. There would
Ever.
be no way in hell. See, I have limits.
It's a good thing.
There's just no way in hell I'm spending $10,000 on a purse, however much it costs.
And I also understand the argument that it can be thought of as an investment because you can sell it later and blah, blah. I get all
But
that.
Shit.
most people don't. And who the hell are you selling it to that's got to buy a resale?
Some rapper trying to impress his girlfriend.
Yeah, you would be surprised. There is quite the market on resale for Birkin bags, apparently.
Forever.
Lord.
Receive
In
in
the
my
words of
love.
Razkaz, brothers is slaving to death in diamond mines in Africa while black people in America are spending every penny to overshine and willing to
Mhm.
kill a motherfucker because I got mine.
And then there's
Mhm.
that. Like this whole situation about, well, he has to show me he loves me by how big of a ring he gives me. It's such bullshit.
Well, it's the
Let me
same
tell
shit as
you,
earlier. You got the big ass ring, but did you get a keeper?
Usually you have to pay in some way, form, or fashion for those kinds of gifts. So,
I had a 2 carat marquee cut surrounded in baguette diamond ring. That was my wedding ring. And that ring
Boy.
made me nervous. Do you hear me?
if some dude were to give me a big ostentatious ring now, I would never want to wear it because it's not me.
Pawn shop.
I do get it. Yeah.
Just gonna put it out into the universe for whoever. Your best bet is to let me go pick out my own ring.
No, that takes the romance out of it.
Woosah.
Talk about romance.
I feel like anybody
I'm
that
sorry,
you
a ring is a financial transaction. There's no romance involved in that. Stop
yes,
it.
Miss Logical.
Mm, mm, mm.
I mean, shoot, we gonna have to put that in our budget for the next however many years.
You gonna need a robot because way too many control things going on there.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like it or love it. I'm just saying it would just be better because then I could let you know what I would probably wear. And it would probably save you a ton of money in the long run because I'm not going to pick anything big and huge. And but at the same time, don't come at me with some little tiny chip either because we'll have to talk about that.
Oh my
Jeez,
God.
I wonder how men are constantly confused.
You know how they're constantly confused?
Cause y'all don't make no damn sense.
Because they don't ask a woman.
You just said don't get a big ring, but don't get a small ring. Both of those are personal
I
choices.
also said, come to me and I'll tell you what to get. So there you go.
Buy your own. Problem solved.
And that is what I would do,
Get them,
probably.
girl. Girl power.
If I really wanted a diamond ring, I would absolutely buy my own. But that just should tell you that that's just not something that I covet very much.
We got it. All right, makes sense.
Take me to the jewelry store, and I will point out to you which ones I like, and then you can pick from those. How about that? Isn't that
Fair
fair?
enough.
Thank you.
I have no fear that they might desert me. Diamonds are forever, forever. Anyway.
So, Star sings us in, and she also sings us out.
Herpes is forever too. Fuck both of them. Anyway,
Wow.
Terrible.
Risque sent in questions again. We just ought to have her on the show with a whole list of shit.
Right. Come on, Risque.
Yeah,
Come
why don't you
join
just
us.
come on the show?
See if she got a microphone. I'm
Microphone
gonna
check.
just do these in
1, 2.
order because I didn't really read them that closely.
Okay.
First one: what sex act or acts have you done that you will never do again? Yeah,
That I will never do again.
I don't think I really have shit.
Yeah, no.
There's some people I won't do again,
There
but
you go.
acts?
Yeah, because if there's anything that I object to, I ain't gonna do it to begin with.
Yeah, I wish I had an answer, and if I probably think about it, I could come up with something. But
Anal.
See, I've never tried that, but I already know
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it, so I don't.
Credit to you for trying.
Sure.
Yeah, I've got issues, so
Yeah.
it don't feel
That's
good.
another one I've never tried either, so I'm
Yeah.
fine without.
Right.
But I tried it.
That doesn't appeal to me at all.
Can I say this?
Sure.
Keep it real, son.
So the person that I tried it with, you just experimenting some stuff, and it's just like, okay, this I can't do because I have a little bit of an issue. So it's just extremely uncomfortable for me. Anywho, if I had a person who insisted on that, there are some people who, if you're not down for that, they're not trying to mess with you.
Then I am not the girl for you.
Me neither. But I don't know. I would kind of really be offended.
I wouldn't.
I would be offended for the simple fact that the majority of the reason people who like anal say that they like it is because it's a tighter fit. So
Huh.
Tight is over fucking rated.
Yeah, because it also doesn't produce its own lubrication, so there's all
yeah.
kinds of.
And we ain't even got into smells yet.
Hey, you like what you like, but if that's your deal breaker, then we just broken.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, there's an 8-inch limit on the butt anyway, so
Okay. I can't even imagine half of that because I guess length would matter, but I would imagine girth would be an issue because I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Gotta be.
My God. Kudos to all y'all who like it because I do know some women who like it, and more power to you. I'm not the one.
Okay,
Next
second
question.
question. Name a place you shouldn't take someone on a first date, and or name a place you wouldn't want to go on a first date.
The crack house?
I know, right?
Word.
Um,
That's a bad one.
I had a dude once wanted me to go to a cookout with him on the first date, which I was cool to go to the cookout.
Hello. Friends or family?
Then I found out that it was a family cookout, and I did not appreciate that at all. Don't take me to meet all the family on our first date.
I'm leaving that
Who
one
does
alone.
that?
I hate movie dates in the beginning.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I would too. The whole point of dating someone, especially at the beginning, is to get to know them. And you can't get to know somebody while you're watching a movie.
My problem is different in that I have a thing where I like a lot of really stupid movies and I detest rom coms.
uh,
So it's either gonna be something I want to see and she don't, or she want to see and I couldn't care less about. But as far as the not being able to talk thing, same as meeting in a bar. I don't want to be sitting here screaming at your ass. Go somewhere quiet, chill out, so we can actually converse.
yeah. I'm not opposed to dinner.
Now, dinner's cool.
Back in the day, after dinner, we would just go up on the mountain and have a conversation. Was never
The
opposed to
Trans
that.
Mountain days.
Right. I like the view and quiet, and you can, have good conversation. But I wouldn't want to go to a show, I guess, on a first date. Like a Broadway show, even.
Nah, I don't want to go to them at no dates. I could do a comedy club.
eh, okay. I mean, maybe, but I don't know if I'd even want to go to a comedy club with you on the first date. It would probably depend on who you are and why I like you.
You know.
I don't even really mind going to a club, maybe like a jazz club or something like that, where the music is not just blaring.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's kind of like it'll be like a little bit of an icebreaker. You don't feel forced to constantly have conversation, but you're still able to talk.
Yeah.
Hit the dance floor, grind a little bit.
Yeah, see what somebody got, although I don't have much. I can't dance. I got two left feet.
Uh,
But I'll do a little bit, whatever. You have to accept me as I am. But
We be two-stepping all night.
That's all I do at this age.
I'm not even two stepping. Like if I done had me a couple, I really don't care what you think about my dance moves.
Oh,
It's either you gonna think I'm cute, corny, and charming, or you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, what is she doing?"
oh.
Uh,
Well, hell, if I've had some drinks, all you gonna get is the sway.
uh,
That is all you getting out of me.
nah, if I get some drinks in me, I'm gonna get out there and try to do a little something. Let's feel the music, dance like nobody's looking. It's
Oh,
like whatever.
Probably
I mean,
smurdering
I'm
up
too
in the
old at this
club.
point. It's like I don't care what.
you must be drinking gin. See.
No tequila.
Drinking gin, somebody going to the parking lot.
Nah,
No.
never that out of control on a first date. But
I plead the fifth.
I can't say I have never been, just not in my older, more subdued
Let me
age.
write that down in my book. Magic gin.
First date,
Dude,
Jen.
I can't even think of the last time I drank gin.
Look, any particular brand?
Seagram's, duh.
Seagram's. Ugh. I mean, aim higher.
Gin
I
is one of
don't
those
drink gin
things.
anymore.
Gin makes you sin. Depending on the gin, is how bad it makes you sin, or how much you remember about said sin the next day.
Interesting. I got to get back to fucking so I could do some gin experiments.
Mm.
Well, I wrote it down, so
Sure, send me a bottle from 800 miles away.
Pick up bottle of Bombay Sapphire on the way to pick him up from the airport. Got it.
yeah.
Last one, it was actually sent in the form of a meme. I'm the only person on earth that hates memes, but whatever. Question: do you think a woman can really gauge a man's interest by how often he texts her, initiates conversations with her, or responds to her texts?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And go.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
False hope.
Why is that?
Because I don't think you can determine a person's intent by the frequency of how they respond to you.
Well, I don't think it's just the frequency. There are other factors involved, but I think that is definitely one of the factors.
Oh, it is. Because a person's only going to express so much interest if they ain't that interested.
Right.
But we all know a lot of men will go real hard to get some draws and then forget how hard they work to get it.
There's also many a time where a dude will text me and I look at it and roll my eyes and put my phone down, and then I may go back to it and answer it later. You know what I mean?
Yes, I be in the friend zone. I know this feeling.
Oh, stop it.
So, speaking of
I
that,
always answer you directly.
I have this guy that I've been knowing for a little bit through the work that I do.
Don't do it. It
And
ain't worth it. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, it ain't. Trust.
Hurt you.
But he hit me up through Facebook, and it was kind of like, let's see what this dude is about. We have been talking for literally like 3 days, and he texts me constantly. Like, you couldn't have picked the worst 3 days to want to be needy.
Right.
I've been so overwhelmed these past 3 days. He texted me at 7:15 in the morning. He said something about sorry about texting you so early. It's just that I get up early and some other mess. But I'm like, what does you getting up early have to do with you disrupting my sleep?
Oh, it wouldn't disrupt my sleep at all, but he might get an answer around 1, 2, maybe, depending on how irritated I am with whatever the message was to begin with.
7:30 in the morning, this morning, of course, woke me up for the simple fact that I got my ears plastered to the phone for my daughter.
Right.
So it's just like, dude, are you serious?
Yeah.
He's not going to be a potential. It's like,
Yeah.
you can tell a lot about people by how often they call or text you. I had said something to him the other day about I was getting ready to go do something, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do something for my dad," or whatever he said. And literally an hour and a half later, he's calling me again. And then he was like, "Well, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm watching Sister Act for the first time with my daughter." And he was like, "Oh, well, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "Did you just not hear me
I'm
say?"
busy, basically. Yeah.
That was kind of off topic, but not, because he's texting me like crazy. And it's just like, dude, you needy.
You know
That's a
what?
bad sign.
It's probably true of women too, but I don't think dudes realize how irritating they can be in text form.
Rest in peace to your hopes, home slice.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah. I don't
One of
know.
these days, we gotta have a conversation on the difference between showing initiative and overdoing it, but I just ain't up for it right now.
Thank you. Because that is
Hey,
definitely a thing.
It
I
is. And then it's
see.
dependent on the person, too.
Well,
I'm usually the opposite. I get a lot of shit for not seeming to care, which who knew?
yeah, I get that too. The term that I get thrown at me a lot is nonchalant.
And you know that's appropriate.
Yeah, maybe, but so. I mean,
It's like, so do they have to say it, even though it is appropriate? No, I'm just playing.
what do you want me to do with
They want you to be more chalant.
that? Well, that's not the way to do it.
Dating woes, dating woes.
Yeah, which is why
Whoa, indeed.
it's probably better to just not do it at all.
No, I'm not giving up.
Um,
I'm not giving up. I'm
yeah,
just
I
pressing the
do it all
pause
for the
button.
nookie. The nookie.
Someday my
The
prince
nookie.
will come.
Mm, well, good for
You too
you.
old to believe that. Stop it.
Right.
Prince died. We already had this conversation.
Someday your prince will come and you're probably going to need to rescue him.
Yeah, that's not cute.
What the Shrek?
Rescue me.
I'm just saying, that's the way it's going these days.
I know, and that's sad.
Well, there's dudes that I have had relations with who don't know where I live
It happens.
because you can't come to my house.
Yeah, I'm the advocate of let's go to the
Nasty,
residency inn or
nasty.
something. Like, I don't want you in my space.
You and your standards.
There are very few people that I want in my space.
It is funny how you can invite a person to your vagina, but you don't want them in your space.
And then they probably didn't do well in that space, so why do I want them in my larger space?
Now
Listen,
that makes sense. I'll fuck your way into homes.
dushing takes 5 minutes. Sage in my house is a whole episode. Like,
Right.
I almost spit out my water.
that reminds me. Do people still dush? Do women still do that?
Not that I know of.
Yes. And I know this because they still sell it in the stores.
True, I guess. While we're on the subject of vaginas, I hate lube.
Okay, why? Is it a particular type? Is it the oil based you don't
No,
like, the water based you don't like, or the
no,
natural that you
any
don't
of them.
like?
You know how you got the one that you can put anywhere on your body and you blow on it and it heats up? Like that shit is cool, but I'm an advocate of you could fuck for X amount of time and the pussy's gonna dry up some and it's gonna get tighter. That is the sign to stop. Kudos to the women who decide to keep going and just want to chafe dudes, but whatever. And throwing lube on
He
at that
said
point is
they just
cheating.
want to chafe dude.
Should be happening.
Well, all I'll say to you is this. As you approach going further into your 40s and 50s, get used to it, honey, because you're going to need it.
um,
Y'all mentioned last week where She asked if head was important beforehand. Like, if you're ready, you're ready.
Yeah.
If you're not, hey, get some more. Also, I don't mind if it's getting to, yeah, let's wrap this round up. I'll go eat pussy back to life if I feel like I want to keep fucking
Hey,
afterwards, but
Okay. Well, see, and there we
lube
go.
is cheating.
There we go.
okay. So can we put a pause right there to all the men listening? Did you hear that? Oh God. Anyway, go ahead.
And that is why he is the unicorn.
This can't be that fucking rare.
Oh yes, the fuck it is. Hey, eat it back to life. I'm not mad at that.
At all.
I gotta get some soon. Jesus.
Wow.
You and me both, because this is getting to be some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bull.
No.
That's all right. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just like, I don't even, I mean, be nice, but I gotta put up with too much bullshit.
Listen, I am about to turn 50 and I need to have a potential really soon because I am trying to get nastier than a black jelly bean.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right, we've gone long. Stop it.
Oh, thanks. Risque. Buy a microphone and something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
come join us.
you know rappers, you could use they shit. If you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe, and if you don't, repost it for everybody you know. It is the Threesome Podcast on the gram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter. Did y'all get dick pics?
Not a one.
That's the problem with people.
You slipping.
They don't want to be judged. They like to
I
judge.
thought you were talking about yours.
Oh.
I also
Yep.
said when I get back on social media, it is not until next month. So May 1st,
Yep.
let's hope my mama don't listen to this.
If your mom does listen to it,
Your baby boy is putting his member all out in cyberspace.
yes, and good job, mama.
Lord have mercy.
Damn.
I have nothing else.
Yeah. Anybody working on the Facebook shit?
There's only one of us who is
Is that
actually on Facebook, so
yeah,
I
that's
don't
where
want it attached to my page. I haven't figured that out
all
yet.
right, calm
you
down.
use a ghost email. Use the fucking threesome email address.
Yep.
We have an email address. Okay.
Wow. Somebody has
Yes, that
not
is
been paying attention.
how the whole
I have.
yeah, there's one. It exists. It's Gmail.
The threesome podcast at gmail.com. If you don't remember, just call
Okay.
me and I'll tell you.
I'll do the Facebook page at some point this week. How about that?
No rush, because
What are we gonna put on it?
I don't know. I mean, hell. Don't really.
Episodes. Facebook is all memes any fucking way. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Oh,
that.
I can come up with some creative stuff for that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's your department.
All right, all right, all right. I'm on it.
We out?
Hug your kids, people.
What'd you say? Beat your kids.
Hug your
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
Good
I mean, beat
life.
them if they deserve it, but hug them.
No, don't beat babies.
Well, I mean,
Shit.
some of them need to be beat,
Dude.
but to hug them afterwards. I mean, don't just beat them.
Lord. Just confuse the fuck out of children on what love is.
Well, I mean, like the rest of us.
All right. Got a bowl of cereal calling me.
As usual. All right.
Gotta maintain this girlish figure.
Mm.
Mm.
Holla at you.
Night.
Bye.
Night.